Hello everyone, welcome back to the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. I'm so glad to see so many familiar faces. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi Susan, hi Carrie, hi Sam, Justin, Damien, Chad, Anna. Woohoo! Thank you so much for joining me. So many of you guys coming back. Hopefully we're gonna have so much fun today as well. I'm gonna be here with you for 2 weeks of Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. How are you guys? Thank you so much for joining us. Valentine, Claire, I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Kathleen, I always pronounce your name wrong, probably right now as well. I'm so sorry. Well, you'll know how to hear your name with an Italian accent now. For those of you who don't know me yet and probably see me here for the first time, my name is Clary. I'm an Italian designer based in Manchester in the UK, and I'm gonna be here with you for 2 weeks of amazing Photoshop daily creative challenges. We're gonna sharpen our skills in Photoshop and Lightroom today, and we're gonna learn new techniques and of course connect together. But let me guide you through how to join the challenge. Perhaps it's the first time here, so let me show you how to do that. The first thing that you'll have to do in order to join the challenge and work together every day, we are gonna have to go on behance.net/challenge/Photoshop. You already see it here on my screen. This is our beautiful landing page. This page is filled with information. So first of all, we can see that we have 9 challenges. Today is challenge number 1. Yesterday, we did a little bit of an introduction, but today we're really kicking it off with the first challenge. And as you can see, we're gonna be going through all the challenges until March 13th. If you have not done so yet, make sure to click on this beautiful big blue button here. Mine says chat with the community because I've already taken the challenge. But if you haven't done so, it will say take the challenge. So make sure that you click there in order to receive your daily challenge and be able to join the community and follow through with us. So yeah, how does it work? You're gonna receive an email with a link which is gonna unveil the challenges day by day. As you can see here, we have unlocked the first challenges. Today is retouching time. We're gonna do a little bit of Lightroom and a little bit of Photoshop in order to really get going with our skills. But something that is very important about this amazing space, which is the Adobe Live and the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge, is that we are an amazing community of designers, students, professionals, and I strongly encourage you guys to join the community by clicking here on the community chat and join our amazing Discord. Discord is a great place to be in order to share your work, get feedbacks, get eyes to look at what you guys are doing, and just show everything that you do during your freelance or designers or students or professional life here as a photographer, of course, or as a student. As you can see here, we have different channels. The one that I'm gonna have to look at and I will be joining more and more during these days, the current challenge, because that's where we are reviewing our current challenge day by day. And I can already see you have posted some amazing covers. We're gonna upload it on our Behance page today at the end of the day, so stay tuned for that because I'm gonna show you how to create a new project. And we have, of course, other channels where we can talk about the past challenges and other design questions, portfolio reviews. You can post your Behance link there in order to have some tips and ask questions and tip and tricks and so on. It's just a great place to be to connect with our international community of designers. We have over 1,000 people online, and it'll be amazing to see all this interaction. I'm always very, very extremely surprised and inspired by all the amount of work that I've seen here. Of course, we have our amazing mentors, Sam, Tim, and all the other beautiful people that help me and help us here to make sure that everyone's feedback get taken care of, and we really get all the answers that you're looking for into this amazing chat. So let's go back in our landing page. Just want to make sure that all of you have clicked on this beautiful big blue button here in order to join the challenge. And before we get started, make sure to click on Get Started to open the file, the starter file for today. I'm gonna go back in the chat and see what's going on. Hi, Andreas. Hi, Andrew, Paul, Sig, Alejandro. How are you guys? And where are you from? Let me know. It's always nice to see so many amazing places here. Oh, there is another Italian from Manchester. That's amazing. And hi from Switzerland. Hello, Switzerland. Yes, let me know where you guys are from. It's very exciting to see this international community. And as I say, let's go back into Discord as many times as we want during the day to chat. I'm always there, so feel free to give me a shout and I'll be able to reach out to you guys. Well, hopefully by now you'll have the time to download your starter file, because we're getting started with the challenge number 1. So let's go ahead and open Lightroom. I'm gonna give you another minute to download your file, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about Lightroom. You probably heard the difference between Lightroom and Lightroom Classic, and you're like, if you're wondering what's the difference is, well, the main thing that you need to know is that both apps works exactly the same in terms of editing photos. They have the same engine, they have the same editing tools. So what's the difference? The difference is that the Adobe Lightroom is a cloud-based app. That means that it's designed to work in an environment of app that are connected to the cloud and allow us to work seamlessly between your mobile, your desktop, and the web. So we can carry our library of photos and edit them on the go wherever you are. While Lightroom Classic is desktop-based. So if you're a photographer by trade, or just enjoy taking a lot of photos, Lightroom Classic will be the best option for you, because it's based on folder on your desktop and you can really deal with big numbers in terms of photos and photo images size. But let me show you this little trick here. When I say that the Lightroom app is web-based, what I mean is that we can actually go from any browser. So if you forgot your phone, ran out of battery, and you don't have your desktop, and you really need to make some edits on a photo, you can actually do that by simply going on lightroom.adobe.com. That's the power of the cloud-based app. As long as you log in with your Adobe ID, you have your photos there. And when I talk about Lightroom photos, just make sure to know that the way that you can add the photos are 3 ways. You either take a picture with your Lightroom camera on your mobile or tablet, or you can upload the image from the mobile into the library, or you can upload it from the desktop. Let me show you how to do that. Hopefully by now we have all downloaded our starter file. If you want to work with your own image, that's completely fine. You don't have to, but it's nice to follow along and see everyone's result then on Discord of the same image. So if you want, you have that available. In order to add the new image into your Lightroom app, all you have to do is go here and click on this plus button where it says add photo on your left bar. And then that gives you the option to go through your file. So I assume will be on your download folder or desktop folder. And go ahead and click here on your photo, review and import. And then, yes, click on add one photo. This is the photo that I want to add. And here we go. We have added the photo. And because it's going to be one of the recently added photo, we're going to go into recently added just now. And here it is. This is our desert photo. Simply double click on the image in order to open it into Lightroom. And to have more space here, we're gonna click on this My Photo icon to collapse the library. Perfect. Now, before we start with the editings, I always say that there is no right and wrong way of editing an image. In fact, it all depends on the purpose of the image and what the final output and we're gonna use it for and what we found out we wanted to look and feel. And for that, I'm gonna treat you with something, with a little preview, with a sneak peek of tomorrow challenge mood boards. So tomorrow you're gonna be able to download more starter file, but one of them is the mood boards. And we're gonna use it today in order to create this first asset and understand what sort of theme we're going to adventure ourselves into. Let me see if there is any question. Why not start in Photoshop? Can we access Lightroom from there? So Sig, yeah, this is a question. So Lightroom as a plugin that works like Photoshop, which is a camera raw, which is in the filter, under the filter menu. But the difference is that in Photoshop, we cannot access directly a raw file unless we open it into camera raw, while Lightroom gives us a little bit more of a focus to edit the photo. We're gonna jump into Photoshop in a very seamless way, and I'm gonna show you in a second, once we finish editing, how to move the photo. It's almost like we are concentrating and we have a full dedicated app simply to edit photos. Also, not everyone wants to go and dig deep and use all the tools that are in Photoshop, which for photographer who just want to edit brightness and colors and the main effects of a photo is a little bit too much. So I think it's nice to have it, break it down into steps. But let's go ahead and see this mood board. So this is tomorrow challenge already. We're gonna use today's photo into tomorrow challenge, of course. So if you wanna follow through with me, and if you're using your own photo, this is an idea of the look and feel. The theme is Ethereal Paradise. So we have these pinks, this cool purple, almost as we fell into a box of pink and blue cotton candy. A little bit of this psychedelic look with these blue trees, and definitely soft and cool atmosphere. So this is the color palette that we're going to be working with tomorrow, and that was just to give you a taste of introduce why we're going to make the choices that we're going to make in today editing into Lightroom. Yes, Marisa, ignored my photo doesn't have the watermark because I did purchase it. I did license it. I give you the option of having it with no watermarks, because of course, you don't have to license it if it's for your personal use. But if you're going to start publishing it or using it for work, yeah, make sure that you license the image. There is no any other question at the moment. Provide images with no watermarks. Jason, the only way to do so is to go to website, for example, like Unsplash, who's a free image website. I am very addicted to my Adobe stock photos. I just use it with my Creative Cloud, and that's why there is a photo. But again, feel free, if you find one with no watermarks and you want to use your own photo, you can definitely follow through with that. But let's get started with the editing. So I'm going to click on edit here in order to start making some changes to the photo. This light panel allows me to work with the brightness. The exposure affects the overall brightness of a photo, and I usually don't use it straight away because I like to work in detail. So I'm going to double click to reset it. Contrast makes the darker pixel darker and the lighter pixel lighter. And because I'm going for this ethereal effect, I'm just going to make it way lighter. Same with the highlights. I'm going to go and make the lighter pixel even more lighter. We're almost starting to have this look as if it's an illustration here on the shadow. And here on the shadow, I'm going to lighten them up by moving the slider into the right and making our darker pixel lighter. Same with the whites. The whites makes the colors into whites. You can definitely see that happening on the sky that is moving from blue to white. And the blacks, you can see it on the shadow, making the darker pixel even darker towards the black. We don't want that. We want to keep this ethereal soft touch. And once we're done with the brightness of the image, I'm going to jump quickly into the color. If you don't have this color mixer open, this is the icon that you're going to have to click in order to open the color mixer. I'm going to first work with the temperature slider, making this image a little bit cooler, moving the temperature slider to the left and balancing the tint between green and magenta. I really want the magenta look to come through, so I'm going to be making quite a bold adjustment towards the right here. And then I'm going to use the vibrancy instead of saturation. The reason why I use vibrancy is because it prevents to create a color cast, so it protects the oversaturated pixel, and it's great especially when you have skin tones or here sand tones color on your photo. So here we go. I'm making it quite extreme because I really want this surreal effect to come through. And then in the color mixer, I'm going to pick the blues and perhaps shift the hue to a more lighter blue, deeper saturation, and probably gonna go for a darker luminance effect. So I'm quite happy with this photo. It's starting to get this surreal feeling of ethereal paradise here. And once I'm happy with it, I'm gonna go ahead and click the edit icon in order to hide the toolbar. And I'm gonna jump into this spot healing brush here into Lightroom, which very similar to Photoshop, allow us to get rid of small details. All I'm gonna do here is to click on this little path that we wanna hide. And as you can see, it's a little bit different from Photoshop. Here, it gives us the source that we can then move in order to decide which pixel we're gonna use to go ahead and hide the pixel that we want to conceal from our photos. Once we're ready with the photo, we can jump into Photoshop by clicking into File and Edit in Photoshop. And with our Creative Cloud magic, here it is. We have our image already edited, open into Photoshop. Here we go. I hope there is no question. Hi Valdo here. Hi Alberto. Hi Melinda. Perfect. People are still saying hello here. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you here. Thank you so much for joining me. But let's go here. And if you guys have worked with me before, you know that this is going to be, the tools that I'm going to present now is pretty much one of my very best friend. Yes, I am talking about the amazing content aware fill. Now here, the content aware fill is hidden because we do need to make a selection in order to activate it. So I'm going to click on the lock in order to unlock the image. And then I'm gonna go ahead and select the lasso tool over here in order to make a selection. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on it and just work around this little footstep path, which is, we don't really want it. We want our image to be nice and smooth. So once I created my selection, we can go back in our edit menu. And as you can see, the content aware fill is active. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. And we have this amazing workspace, which has been introduced in 2019. Now with the new release of 2020, we have the auto amazing button here, which create a selection from our photos and automatically, as you can see here in the preview, this is mind-blowing. All I have to do literally is to click a button and Photoshop does all the work for us. If you were used with the previous content aware fill, you have to go and do it over and over and over again in order to achieve a result. Here is pretty much done. And if for whatever reason you're not happy with it, you can still go into your sampling brush tool and perhaps get rid of area that you don't want to sample. But I think the Photoshop has done already an amazing job here. Now there is a new introduction of the new latest release of Photoshop, which is this amazing apply button here. All we have to do is to click into apply in order to apply the changes into our image. Now, if we scroll down, we can see that we have an output into a new layer. So don't worry, we are still working, not distractingly. We're gonna see that we have another layer with this first editing, but this apply button allows us to create more changes here. So for example, if I go here into this lasso tool to create a new selection, I can select, for example, a little bit of this path that was still left from our previous editing. And here we go, we got rid of this as well. I'm gonna also apply it and then press OK to see my result. So I'm gonna press Command D to deselect the area. As you can see, that was my second adjustment and that was my first adjustment. So we have two new layers which have been created directly from our new amazing content aware fill workspace. Isn't that super exciting? I'm so much in love with this tool. To me, it's like really my best friend. So Steve, yes, it defaults to a split screen. That's the new workspace. So before we had a little window when we were working in content aware fill. Now we have this amazing workspace which allows us to see the original photo and the preview at the same time. Isn't that amazing? Now, I just want to show you, just to show the difference between the healing brush tool from Lightroom and the spot healing brush tool from Photoshop. If we click on the spot healing brush tool and we create a new layer by clicking on this plus icon in the square and making sure that we sample all layers, ticked here, and we have content aware fill. All we have to do is to click and drag. So it's a little bit more intuitive than the spot healing brush in Lightroom, because it allows us just to, with one click, to get rid of small details that are unwanted from our photo. Now, I'm quite happy with this result. Of course, we don't have much time here. So, of course, in the ideal timing, I will probably zoom in and go ahead and get rid of all these little steps. But as you can see, like, all you need to do is just literally one click to smoothen our image. And once we're happy with it, all we have to do is to go into File, Export, Export As, and we're gonna save it on our computer here by pressing Export, making sure that you're happy with a JPEG. And if the image is perhaps too big, you can scale it down. I think I'll probably do a 60% to make sure that we can work nice and fast here. And then I'm gonna click on Export. So I'm gonna go ahead into my desktop and I'm gonna write challenge 1 and export this first photo here. Perfect. Now I'm gonna jump back into Behance and here open my Behance account, and we're gonna quickly create a new project. I'm gonna go ahead into my Behance profile, click this big blue button here to create a new project. I'm going to start by putting some text in. I'm gonna call it challenge 1. Oops, challenge 1. And then from here, I'm gonna upload a file, which is the current image, challenge 1, and click to open to upload the file. Something that we wanna do is to add an hashtag in order to make sure that we can find our challenges into the Behance app in order to review it and to share it. We do so by clicking continues. It's looking for a cover image. Now for my cover image, I'm gonna add yesterday cover. So if we go into our project top cover, if you have not done it, make sure to go back into behance.net/live to our introduction file, image. That was exactly the purpose of creating this beautiful cover, so we can use it here in our Behance. I'm gonna use a title as BCC with Clary, and I'm gonna click on crop and continue to move forward. What we really want to make sure to add here is the tag. The tag for our challenges is PS Daily Challenge. So I'm gonna try to see if I can zoom that in. PS Daily Challenge will allow you to be discovered on Behance. And once we're gonna go ahead, and I think there's gonna be Julia after me reviewing the project, she's gonna be able to go into Behance and use the hashtag in order to see your work. Now, if you have more time, I don't have more time here, but if you have more time, feel free to add the project description, basic info like the field. We can put art direction, graphic design, and illustration here and click done. And we're gonna publish our project. So I look forward to see your project. Make sure also, I'm not gonna promote it for now, but make sure also to upload your photo into Discord. I look forward to see your new challenge number 1 on the current challenge channel. And I want to say goodbye for today. I'm going to see you tomorrow for challenge number 2. I hope you guys had fun. Tomorrow, you already had a little bit of an idea. It's going to be about creating a surreal collage. And I look forward to connect with you on Discord. So make sure to upload your photo there. It's a safe space. And I look forward to see what you guys can create with Lightroom. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Bye, guys.